You little scumbag! I got your name! I got your ass!
And you're probably wondering who let this TikTok influencer on stage.
You will not laugh. You will not cry. You will learn by the numbers. I will teach you. Now get up. Get on your feet.
Right before I transitioned, I was actually touring with the Book of Mormon.
Hey, let me see your real war face. Ah! You don't scare me. Work on it. Sir, yes, sir!
So, ladies and gentlemen, I thought I was actually done talking about the Silent Hill 2 remake. But we have a new video for you today, folks, and I thought I'd take you through it. It's very interesting. This is the art book that accompanies the video game. And what's very telling is how the character designs in the book differ very much from the ones in the actual video game. And today's weather, ladies and gentlemen, consists of showers, big boobs, and big thighs. Somebody get that woman a new wardrobe. Oh, hello.
Nestabilno vrijeme sa kišom plus. Danas iznad većeg dijela Evrope pretežno sunčano, u Beču sa kišom.
Let's fucking go! Let's fucking go. Come again. Don't worry, baby, I'm coming.
Well, space fans, exciting news, huh? And there's even more in part 2.
On today's episode of Kung Fu Hot Dog.
Okay, you can come. Are you coming?
Kind of busy right now.
And I'm coming for it, Ken. I'm coming for the fucking money, you piece of shit.
I'm like getting the feeling of coming in the gym. I'm getting the feeling of coming at home. I'm getting the feeling.
In the ass end of space, even aliens watch Jason King with Kung Fu Hot Dog.
This is the greatest show I've seen in my life.
Duke Nukem likes this guy. Approved by 1970s Robert Redford.
So that's James's wife, and she looks pretty nice, but again, I mean, she's showing a bit more leg there. I don't even actually see her fully bodied in the actual game because I've not actually played it at the moment. Now that's Maria. Now again, she looks a little bit like Sarah Michelle Gellar in this shot right here, but why is her face so thin? Again, if you compare it to the normal Maria in the video game herself, it's a stark difference, but she's got bags under her eyes, and I guess the character's meant to look a bit like that. She's got pretty good leg formation there. But again, ladies and gentlemen, this is an art book. This is after the fact, right?
Don't leave me alone again.
Some people are debating, well, why didn't the characters in the video game end up looking like this? Remember when we first saw the early preview for James when the Silent Hill 2 remake was announced, and he looked absolutely dreadful, and Bloober team went back to the studios and reworked that whole scene, and it looked a lot better. Again, was it the James Sutherland we expected for a remake in 2024? Well, the jury's out on that one, I guess.
No. I said no.
And this is Angela.
Excuse me?
Oh, girl, it's cold outside.
This is your Angela, folks, that you may or may not still think is all that. Again, she's still dowdy. She's meant to be a 19-year-old teenager, so I get it. I mean, look, that more closely resembles Gianna Keel, the voice actress who plays Angela Orozco. The original version in 2001, she's traumatized. You know, she's afraid of things that have happened to her in Silent Hill. But the new version is like, oh no, when's my next burger and fries session coming along? And it's quite a funny comparison. So yeah, compare her to Gianna Keel. This is quite a stark contrast, isn't it? The Guardian did a review of this, and it's really quite funny what they said. The Silent Hill 2 review. Psychological horror remake leaves you lost in the fog by Richard Wordsworth. Having missed out on the 2001 original game, I pulled up to the foggy outskirts for the town of Silent Hill, practically pipping my car horn with glee. Here, finally, was my chance to experience a lauded horror classic I was too young for at the time. In other words, Rich, you were repressed. I understand, bro. We've all been through it. We've all lived through that terrible experience. As protagonist, James Sutherland, I was all ready to search this spooky 90s American anywheresville of a town for signs of my presumed dead wife. It may not be obvious to you as to why James is taking time out of the manhunt to repair a jukebox with the aid of 2 pieces of a snapped long player record, some glue, and a button he found rummaging shoulder deep in a scary hole. Careful there, Rich Wordsworth, you can get censored for that kind of thing. The sexualized monstrosities roaming the streets, meanwhile, suggest James is a man living life with incognito browsing set to default. So Richard Wordsworth, in your spare time, do you go on the incognito tab of Google Chrome or whichever you like to browse with to look for naughty things online? Are you spilling your secrets there, sir? So again, what he doesn't get about those monstrosities, that's the manifestations James has, right? Everything's tormenting him, like from a very sexy point of view. That's why these monstrosities are all over the place, because it's representing his repressed sexual desires, if you get my drift. So again, now Richard Wordsworth, I have to point out, when you see him on Twitter X, look, he's a very, well, he needs to wear a toupee for a start, so sorry about your hair loss there, Rich. But what are your credentials? A journalist, a sometime, a bioethicist writing mainly about health, technology and ethics, a defense writer in his previous life, but no word of I review games, I've played video games. Now, Keezer MacDonald, this is who The Guardian should have brought back in to do a review for Silent Hill 2 Remake, but instead they hired the very repressed Richie Wordsworth instead, a man who's never played a video game, it would appear, in his entire life, although he's got vague memories of the 2001 Silent Hill from Konami. So Richard, I don't know how your article went down, and despite the fact you gave it a very terrible review as well, which will kind of speak words of absolute, look, 2 stars out of 5. Holy shit, man. I mean, some people might say, well, that's actually a very accurate review. But people like Hypnotic have played a video game, and they've said there's nothing woke about it at all. If anything, the character designs are a little bit off. Some of the acting is also equally off in places. So again, I'll probably pick up the game when it's on sale. I wouldn't pay full price for it right now. I'll probably have some fun with it in my spare time when I get a chance, when I got the full strength of my wrists again. But honestly, folks, I had to cover this today. It's just hilarious. It was just too fun to ignore. But on that one, folks, if you've played Silent Hill 2 and completed it, what did you think? Does it hold a torch to the original, or would you rather play the original with the amazing character designs back in the day? 2001, folks. Honestly, some games look way better than what their modern day audience counterparts look like. I mean, Ubisoft, right? For the Assassin's Creed games, they used the Anvil engine. Then they switched on over to a different engine altogether, and it's a big night and day difference, isn't it? It's quite telling. But on that one, if you enjoyed this video today, leave a like below, smash that subscribe button, and if I were you, and if you were me, you may wish to return for the next upbeat video.